Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawashi, Bahashim, Rekakwadash. Okay. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the whole elect. All right. Lord, when this lesson be edifying to so called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who consist of the 12 tribes of Israel, I'm your fellow servant, Iwad, coming back with another Lord willing edifying lesson. Okay. Lord willing, you be edified. All right. So, to a lot of newer brothers up there, coming into this truth, man. Okay, we've all dealt with it. The title is here, it says, though they seem to be winning. Okay, all right, though they seem to be winning. All right. And, we're talking about, our enemies, okay, that are winning. But even more, we're talking about okay, which is Edom, okay. We got a comment here, man. Let me see what we got. All right, Shalom, Shalom. So, though they seem to be winning, we got our enemies winning right now. Okay, we got to constantly remind ourselves, man, that you know the triumphing for the wicked is but a short moment. That's the spirit. Let me grab that real quick. Roughly paraphrase it. Okay, the triumphing of the wicked is but for a short moment. Damn, I actually had that right here. Okay, so let me get into it. All right, it says though they seem to be winning, okay, which they are winning right now. Let me get into it, okay? We got to remind ourselves that the Lord is going to cause this man to vomit up all his riches. All right, let's go here. Okay, because King David had this same thing. All right. Okay, beautiful. This is Psalm 73, verse 1. Okay, truly power is good to Israel, to such as are pure in heart. But as for me, my feet had almost stumbled. My steps had nearly slipped, for I was envious of the boastful when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Okay, we see the prosperity of the wicked to this day. Okay, Edom is taunting and flaunting. He's got his MOTB coming out soon. All right, and you can't tell him nothing. You know, you can't tell him nothing right now, man. He thinks he's God. All right, continuing on, verse 4. For there are no pains in their death, but their strength is firm. Okay, they are not in trouble as other men. Yeah, these top upper Edomites. Okay, they live lavishly. They live good, man. Okay, where I work, we constantly, drive through the neighborhoods of people that got money, man. $500,000 houses. You know, and that's on the smaller scale of the Edomite. We talking about, the elites. They live in castles. Okay, they living good and they controlling the things right now, man. Okay, all right. They are not in trouble as other men, nor are they plagued like other men. Okay, and right now the curses are being lifted. We soon get the curses to be lifted off of us. But right now, man, we cast down. We're humbled. Okay, everywhere we turn is going to be some form of Deuteronomy 28 going on. All right, we have problems in our household. The evil eye towards the man, the evil eye towards the woman. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay, the woman's eye being evil towards her children. Us being, talking to the Israelites, us being smitten with madness and astonishment of heart. Okay, botched knees. Okay, a sore. Our woman, the hair. Okay, the baldness upon the scalp. You know, everywhere you turn, it seems like hey, it's no other choice. Like King David said, man, I was envious of the boastfulness. Okay, when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. Okay, everywhere we turn, we looking at this man's, prosperity. Okay, but at least it seems that way. But we know the end story. Okay, and talking to your new brothers and sisters out there, man, when you first come in this truth, man, it's gonna feel like you don't got shit. It's because you don't. Okay, you don't got shit in this kingdom, man. And this is not your rest. It's polluted. Okay, it's a wicked rulership. All right. So you're not supposed to be prosperous in this world. That's why, all these people talking about, I was in the Benz, a Hebrew, and a Hellcat, if you get the car, you get a car, that's cool, but it's the mindset behind it. These guys, are boasting in this kingdom, man, that they coming up in this kingdom. All right. Continuing on. All right. It says, therefore, pride serves as their necklace. Violence covers them like a garment. Okay. Their eyes bulge with abundance. Man, that's crazy. Their eyes bulge with abundance. They have everything. They have more than heart could wish. Okay. They have more than heart could wish, man. All right. They scoff and speak wickedly concerning oppression. Okay. And you ever heard like, a lower level Edomite, you know, but the blacks sold their own people into the bitch. We ain't talking about what we did to each other. We talking about what you did to us. Okay. We talking about what you did. All right. I hate when that comes up. Oh, but you guys, but blacks were selling blacks into slavery too. But hey, look, we talking about what you did, man. All right. What you do. Okay. They scoff and speak, and that's them scoffing and speaking wickedly. They scoff, and they don't even understand how deep it go. That we're their brothers. Okay. Jacob and Esau were twin brothers in the womb. All right. So by default, we're their brothers and cousins. Okay, that's our family. They was never supposed to treat the family. They weren't supposed to do that. That they didn't do. They weren't supposed to do that. That's family. Okay, the Canaanites, they, whatever. We went on a slave. We went on a slavery under different nations. Okay, but when E did it, man, it's different. Okay, you had perpetual hatred towards your brother. All right. They scoff and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walks through the earth. Therefore, his people return here, and waters of a full cup are drained by them. Okay, they take everything, man. And they say, how does God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly, right? Who are always at ease, man. These guys don't have no problems, man. You talking about the higher elites? These guys don't got no problems, man. Who are always at ease, they increase in riches. Okay, verse 13. Surely I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocence. For all day long I have been plagued and chastened every morning. Okay, you know. If I had said I will speak thus, behold, I would have been untrue to the generation of your children. When I thought how to understand this, it was too painful for me until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High Yahawashi. And this is where we find our peace in the sanctuary of the Most High Yahawashi. Brothers, brothers are hitting it through the spirit, okay? But it's letting the spirit flow through them and it's coming out. That's what gives us our comfort, okay? That the kingdom is coming soon and we're going to be in that power seat, man. That's what gives us comfort. All right, that is the sanctuary. That's the realm of Yahawashi, where two or more are gathered. I'm in the midst. Okay, until I went into the sanctuary of Yahawah, then I understood therein. See that, hey, but see that's what some of you brothers, you new brothers and sisters, when you come into this truth, you get that. Oh, I want to kill. You want to kill the white man, kill the Esau, kill the different. Yeah, that's the spirit. But then, as it starts, you start to settle down, and in the beginning, I'm an Israelite. Yeah, we're gonna, we go against, we're gonna kill these Edomites. But as you settle down, you start to realize and understand, hey, we really need salvation, man. We really need E to be brought down, man. This man is flaunting and taunting. Okay, he's risen up against us, man, and he's pretty much doing what he want to do. All right. So let me read that again. Until I went into the sanctuary of Yahawah, that's when you enter in this truth, this room. This is where you get that true comfort from. Then I understood therein. So now we understand that this ain't, hey, this ain't gonna last forever like this, man. Okay, we soon see the destruction. We soon know that the destruction, the destruction, Salakia, is coming for this man. Okay, verse 18. Surely you set them in slippery places, man. It's no different from Pharaoh when the Lord allowed his heart to be hardened. It's no different. The elites, their heart. What do you think I'm gonna bring the MOTB for, man? Their heart is being hardened. Okay, their heart is being hardened, so the Lord put them in a slippery slope, a slippery place. Okay, you cast them down to destruction. Oh, how they are brought to desolation, as in a moment. They are utterly consumed with terrors, as a dream when one awakes. So, Lord Yahawah, when you awake, you shall despise their image. Okay, and you know the image. You know this man's kingdom, this man's makeup, this new world order, the way they're moving, the MOTB. The Lord is going to despise that, man. Let me jump here real quick. This is Job chapter 20. Don't you realize? Beautiful. Okay, Job chapter 20, verse 1. Then Zophar, the Nemathite, replied, I must reply because I am greatly disturbed. I've had to endure your insults, but now my spirit prompts me to reply, man. Okay. This is in the, I believe this is the NLT, yep, NLT version up here. You see it up here, let me highlight it. It's the NLT version of Job chapter 20, okay? I must reply, okay, Job, verse 4. Don't you realize that from the beginning of time, ever since people were first placed on the earth, the triumph of the wicked has been short-lived, right? Okay, seek out the old paths, the old ways. You know, the Lord is telling you that, man. That hey, there's no new thing under the sun. These things have happened before. The wicked always been brought low. The wicked never prevails, and the wicked never win. Okay, and that's why the lesson is called. Though it seems to be that they're winning. Look, I don't forgot my own title. Let me check it out. Though they seem to be winning. Okay, Khan. No, not that one. Okay. Though they seem to be winning. All right. Let me read that again. The triumph of the wicked has been short-lived, and the joy of the godless has been only temporary. Okay, a temporary high. Verse 6. Though the pride of the godless reaches to the heavens, and their heads touch the clouds. Verse 7. Yet they will, oh, and I gotta read that and read that. Though the pride of the godless reaches to the heavens, and that's what we're dealing with, man. This man's pride. This man said, there's too many mosquitoes. It was in Florida. There's too many mosquitoes down south. So this is Bill Gates, okay? There's too many mosquitoes down south. So to counteract that, okay, to counter, he said we had to make genetically GMO mosquitoes. I think it was males or females to where they couldn't get together and lay eggs. What type of shit is that, man? Okay, we'll tell you, this is them taunting in their power seat, man. Cause we know anytime this man do something, man, he don't do it with the mindset of I'm trying to help the people. No, he do it with the mindset I'm trying to control the people. So you got GMO modified mosquitoes. God knows what they're carrying inside the damn needle. Okay, this is how serious it is, man. Okay, all right. Boom. Let me see where we at. Pride of the godlessness, godless reaches to the heavens, and the heads touch the clouds. Khan. Verse 6. Though the pride of the godless reaches to the heavens, and their heads touch the clouds, yet they will vanish forever. Right, thrown away like their own dung. Those who knew them will ask, where are they? Okay, and it's the scripture that talks about, is this the man that causes the nation to be in fear? Roughly paraphrasing so many words. They will fade like a dream and not be found. They will vanish like a vision in the night. Those who once saw them will see them no more. God, their families will never see them again. Okay. Their children will beg from the poor. for they must give back their stolen riches. Okay, and that's the main thing, man. We can't be envious at something that was ours. Okay, it was already ours, so there's no reason why you know we should sit here and we get it all back, man. Okay, verse 11. Though they are young, their bones will lie in the dust. God, they enjoyed this beautiful. They enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness, man. The man playing with your food, playing with your water, the chemicals in the water, boosting up the man, putting estrogen in the water, taking the man, taking the manhood right out the man and these little boys that's becoming men, doubling up, boosting them up with estrogen, that's subtracting testosterone. And when the women, get that dose of estrogen, that's a double dose. So that's equal to testosterone. So the women are becoming, more manly than these women becoming more manly than men. Okay, you got women out there that'll put their hands up and fight a man straight up. Okay, that's wickedness, man. It's just surely the turning of things upside down. Things of right now, things. Hey, it says all the found. It says all the earth. Was roughly purpose. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Okay. Things. Hey, things right now is mourning. Okay. When the wicked bear rule, the earth mourn. Things are out of course, man. Things are. It's not in its natural state, man. This man got, man. And I always tell the brothers, this would grieve me. When I don't see black seeds in the watermelon, that really pisses me off. Okay, I don't see GM playing with your food, man. Just let you know who's the wicked, and the wicked is in power, man. Okay, they enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness, letting it melt under their tongue. Oh Lord, they savored it, holding it long in their mouths, but suddenly the food in their bellies turned sour, a poisonous venom in their stomach. Okay, this is when we start to win. The water Yahawashi outside. Verse 15. They will vomit the wealth they swallowed. Okay. Let me get this real quick. Yeah. Got gains. I think it's on. Let me see. I think it's that. Let me see. This is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. Let me see. Nah. Riches gotten by deceit. Salaki. That's what it is. That's what it is. The one y'all watching now shine, riches gotten by deceit. It might be a problem. Ecclesiastes. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, man. Okay, and it's going to be translated to us. This is when we start to win. So let's get into it. Okay, let's get into it. We winning, man. All right, it says verse 14 of Job 20. But suddenly the food in their bellies turned sour, a poisonous venom in their stomach. They will vomit the wealth they swallowed. Power won't let them keep it down. They will suck the poison of cobras. The viper will kill them. They will never again enjoy streams of olive oil or rivers of milk and honey, man. Things that we are supposed to be enjoying and we will enjoy soon. Okay. They will give back everything they worked for. Their wealth will bring them no joy, for they oppressed the poor and left them destitute. They foreclosed on their homes. They were always greedy and never satisfied. Okay. Since thou hatest not blood, then blood will pursue thee. Roughly paraphrasing. Nothing remains of all the things they dreamed of. And we can see this part right here. They were always greedy and never satisfied, man. They covered field, they covered houses, man. Okay. They'll tell you, oh, it's an enemy over there. we got to go take them out in a whole different land that ain't got shit to do with them. Okay, because they bullies. All right, there's an enemy over only because they want the resources that that land has. Okay, they were always greedy and never satisfied. Nothing remains of all the things they dreamed about. Nothing is left after they finish gorging themselves. Therefore, their prosperity will not endure. And that's why we don't need to be envious at the wicked, okay? In the midst of plenty, they will run into trouble and be overcome by misery. Misery, okay? My power give them a belly full of trouble. May power rain down his anger upon them. When they try to escape an iron weapon, a bronze tipped arrow will pierce them. Okay, the missiles. All right, the missiles shooting for Babylon the Great. Look at that. The arrows is pulled from their back, and the arrowhead glistens with blood. Okay, the terrors of death are upon them. And that reminds me of who is this? Who is this coming from Boswell with dyed garments? Okay, metaphorically talking about our Lord, our power, Yahawashi. You know, finna be slaying these motherfuckers, man. Verse 26, their treasures will be thrown into deepest darkness. A wildfire will devour their goods, consuming all they have left. The heavens will reveal ooh, and that's happening right now, man. That's happening right now. The heavens will reveal their guilt, and the earth will testify against them, man. That's happening right now. The earth is testifying against them, man. Starting with our apostles and elders on down, man. A flood will sweep away their house. Power's anger will descend on them in torrents. This is the reward that power gives the wicked. It is the inheritance decreed by Yahawah. So their inheritance is everything that we just read, man. You know, and then some. How about that? Now, you know, brothers and sisters, now when you look at it now, okay, because the scriptures brings comfort. Now, after reading that, when you look at it, you see that we're on the winning side, man. Our punishment, our punishment is pretty much on this end, okay. And to what Yahawashi outside, man. You know, this is why, you can go your daily life, goddamn big ass yacht, this and that, big stuff, all that physical stuff. You can look past that, man. Okay, all the riches that he got, you can look past that. Okay, because guess what? We rich. We're the rich. Okay, we're rich in spirit. Okay, and that's going to translate from the spirit to the physical realm. All right, but we gonna have all that, man. So let this man have his what he's on my title. What he seems to be. Let this man whatever he have, let him seem to be winning. Okay, and we're gonna win at the last, man. Okay. Okay. And let me grab this real quick. Another comfort scripture. This is more of a comfort and exhortation lesson. More of a comfort lesson. Okay. All right. And I got a couple right here. It says Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Right. No. Let me see. What's that one? Hold on 1 second. I know. I know. I forgot what the hell. It's like, but I think it goes like, no. Beautiful. Found it. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I read it in NLT version. I know about your suffering and your poverty, but you are rich. I know the blasphemy of those opposing you. They say they are Jews, but they are not, because their synagogue belongs to Satan. But here it says, I know about your suffering and your poverty, but you are rich, man. Okay, and this is the faith. This is the faith and the patience for the saints. All right. So, hey, for you new brothers and sisters, man, hopefully you can, overcome that. If you feel that way, and you don't feel like there's no way out, listen to this lesson, man. Okay, we have a way out, and we're gonna be winning. All right. So, hey, Lord willing, that was edifying. Until the next one, it says, though they seem to be winning. Okay, the triumphing of the wicked is but a short moment, for a short moment, man. Okay, the Lord is about to put us back in power, man, and it's gonna be it. That's it. One second. And this is beautiful. Continue on 73, Psalm 73, verse 21. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was vexed in my mind. I was so foolish and ignorant. I was like a beast before you. Nevertheless, I am continually with you. You hold me by my right hand. You will guide me with your counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but you? And there is none upon earth that I desire besides you. My flesh and my heart fell, but power is the strength of my heart and my portion forever, man. That's the blessing. That's the true riches. For indeed, those who are far from you shall perish. You have destroyed all those who desert you for harlotry. But it is good to me to draw near to Yahawah. I have put my trust in the Lord Yahawah, that I may declare all your works, man. Okay. All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, the Kapudash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and shalom to the whole elect. Okay, Lord, when this lesson was edifying to so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Until next time, shalom. Call on Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, birthday, Yahawah, birthday, Yahawashi, shalom.